What's up? Delio at the daytime, at the day gig. This vlog is about the Yamaha Montage ES XF XS. I was thinking about the keyboard, and I was able to go to the store Broken Dreams on Northeast Expressway in Atlanta, Georgia, and check out the keyboard. They finally got it in, and I was really excited to get my hands on it and to check it out because I saw videos on it, and it was cool. But then I finally got in front of me, and it was cool. And the first thing I asked when I looked at it and when I heard about it was like, is this going to be another motif? And a lot of people who probably were involved with the process of the production of this keyboard may say to you, no, it's not another motif. The wave ROM is so much more advanced, and we have a DX engine in there with 8 operators. When the original, I believe, only had 6 or 4, something like that. Don't quote me on that. And so I get to playing on it, and it just has that pure Yamaha sound. It's good. It's just very Yamaha's, kind of a little bit on the cold side, but that's the one thing I kind of wonder about Yamaha is the fact that when they came out with this keyboard, and before this keyboard came out, they came out with a bunch of reface keyboards, which to me were just excerpts off of the wave ROM that they use for all their motifs, because when I play them, I'm like, wow, that sounds good, but it sounds a lot like a motif. And unfortunately, the Montage to me sounds a lot like a motif. They released 4 motifs, so what they're going to do now, do a Montage ES, Montage ES XF, I forget how they go. And I find it puzzling that they would come out with a keyboard with no analog synthesis in it whatsoever, in a time where analog has been kind of on a verge of a comeback, or it's already here. Everybody's trying to do things that sound like analog or actually make analog. Of all the things I seen come out from Yamaha, they have not released one product that has analog sound in it that I'm aware of in the resurgence, especially during the era of the motif, which has spanned almost 16 years. So you have to wonder that. Now, they did come out with DX, but there might have been a reason why people weren't so quick to take on the DX world. Even I myself, who had gotten to the Montage and found an initialized patch of a DX engine patch, DX is no joke to program and sound design with. It is very complicated. There's a lot of algorithms. There's a lot of way you can move the operators between each other, and it's a challenge. Forgive me, I am holding the phone with my hand, so it may be shaky. I'm at the daytime, so yeah, there's work going on, and I have over an hour to wait. So I don't believe this hurts anybody. Anyway, wow, you can really see that. So I just wanted to talk about the Montage, and again, I was really wondering about why they didn't go, analog. Everybody's doing analog stuff right now, and Korg may not be coming out with a workstation with true analog in it. They got the Kronos out, which is a very significant workstation. Roland's coming out with their keyboards, but even they come out with a 4-voice analog keyboard called I believe the Roland JDXA. There's an I and an A, and I think the A is the big one. I could be mistaken. I'm quite sure someone will be on a computer or on phone looking at this video and probably searching Google to correct me on that, which is totally fine, because I am also a student of the game. So I wonder, why does Yamaha bypass all this? The DX engine is cool, and it has a good sound. A lot of people like the vintage sound of the DX. I mean, every patch, every keyboard that's out today has patches that sound like the original DX. It's a good sound that everybody likes. But then after that, you have to ask yourself, why did they, I think what really would have set this keyboard apart was if they included some sort of analog engine inside of it. Because if you do that, that would help make things go a lot better, and you have a better sound involved with it. So This guy's looking at the car, um, which is fine. But you have to ask yourself, why didn't they look at the keyboard? Why didn't they look? What am I saying? Why didn't they include analog synthesis into their keyboards? Or why haven't they came out with a product that has analog in it? I am still wondering about that and what's going on with that. So my first impression of the Yamaha Montage is sort of mediocre in the fact that it just still says motif. It has fresh sounds in it. But if you listen closely enough, you can hear an echo. You can hear sounds that sounds like the Motif series, which weren't bad sounds, but you know, if you pull up a drum kit and you hear those same samples on there, it's going to piss you off, you know. And oh yeah, they got the macro knob, which is cool, which controls 8 functions at the same time. Great idea. But as far as, you know, I think if I were to come out with a workstation keyboard, and I had FM synthesis under my belt, I would put that in. But I will also put in a robust analog synthesis engine in it. Korg seems to be answering a call with a lot of analog products. Even Roland's sprinkling some analog in their products, you know, to compete. And I think that I would go for a wave system, because they boast such large wave memories now in these keyboards, right? So you got to compete with Native Instruments plugins and contact libraries. You got to get something that sounds as good as that while preserving good keyboard sounds. Because I'll say this on Facebook a lot. There's a difference between orchestral strings and keyboard strings, even though there are some times where you make a song where a keyboard string is most appropriate. For example, I was talking to a friend, Martin Ross, and we were talking about the strings for DMX's, I forget the name of the song. What you do, right? That's all, and then that strings, right? Those are keyboard strings. You know that came from a keyboard. It sounds like strings, but it's not so realistic, and the attack is tight enough for it to fit in the song. But then if you go through all the libraries and complete, and all the sound libraries in the contact library, doesn't sound the same. So you would need to come out with a keyboard that could give you the great orchestra patches that Contact provides, with the quick attacking strings that most workstation keyboards provides, analog synthesis, a freshly sampled piano that we've never heard before, like on Complete or on Contact, and go from there. Oh yeah, and bring in some pads like how Omnisphere does, and some sound design like how Omnisphere does, and give us a way to control it on a computer that's intuitive and easy. Then we're talking. So I know this is an 8-minute video. This is for the keyboard heads. What are your thoughts? This is Dilio coming to you at the daytime gig. I'm at work with plenty of time before I have to go to the next step. And so I don't believe this hurts anybody. All right. Thanks. I'll listen out for you.